What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another Manchester City live watch along, where we've got Manchester City taking on Plymouth Argyle today in the FA Cup 5th round, with progression into the quarter-finals at stake today with no replays. So it is very much a case of knockout football. So before I do crack on with this live stream, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then please do leave a thumbs up on the stream. We've hit 100 likes on the last 10 live streams, so let's see if we can make it 11 in a row. Any help towards that would be great. Already one quarter of our way there, 75 likes to go. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe to my channel, now less than 300 subs away from 42,000 subscribers. So any help towards that would be great. Social media links, you can find them in the description or on the yellow banner if you want to go and search for me and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. TikTok link also in the description. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the live chat, including where everybody is tuning in from today and also your score predictions for today's game. I wanted to warmly welcome Vina to the chat, much appreciated. We'll speak more about the Man City lineup in just one moment, but concerned of the midfield, about the physicality of Plymouth Argyle. We'll speak all about that in just one moment. All things football, thanks for tuning in as well. I don't think it's necessarily Man City want Ilkay Gundogan on a one-year contract extension. It's more that was included in his deal there based on appearances that should he trigger that automatic extension, then he would sign a one-year contract at Manchester City, and Gundogan very close to earning that trigger of his contract, which would see his contract go from ending in June of 2025, of course, this year, to June of 2026, which, of course, is next year. Adam, thank you very much for tuning in and becoming a member of the JSGC channel. Much appreciated. Adam, welcome. Going for a 6-0 win today for Manchester City, and says, yes, Jason, we win this game easy. 6-0 Manchester City. I'll take that every day of the week. Thank you very much, Adam, for helping to support the future content created here on my channel and becoming a member. Much appreciated, and a big shout out to you. CFA, thanks for tuning in. Going nice and positive. 4-1 Manchester City. All Things Football reckons 3-1 to Manchester City. Said they did manage to beat Liverpool, so he doesn't reckon it's going to be a big blowout. We'll speak about the team. We'll speak about Plymouth running the FA Cup so far. Joel, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Would like to have seen Omar Marmoush start today. Dave, thank you for tuning in. Says he enjoyed my development video that I put out earlier. If you've got a spare 10 minutes or so, feel free to go and check it out at any one point. I have headed down to the Etihad Stadium this morning to go and film a construction update of everything happening at the Etihad Stadium, including that North Stand development, along with the outside area of the Etihad campus, including a new fan zone coming to the stadium, along with a new hotel, museum, entertainment, and so much more. So I've done the very latest on that. So do go and check it out if you do get a spare 10 minutes or so. It's the last video on my channel. Nitin, thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. I've not seen any emails, my friend, so feel free to just resend that. I'm not too sure if it's come through or not, if I've just missed it. So if I have missed it, I do apologise. Just send it back through to me, and I will get back to you. Adam tuning in from Ireland, love that. So we've got Ireland in the chat, that's fantastic. Whereas everybody else tuning in from today, that would be much appreciated to let me know. The Mad Hatter, thanks for tuning in, says Pep not taking the FA Cup seriously with the lineup, which is I can understand where you're coming from. Claw, thanks for tuning in. Latest on Florian Wirtz. I did a transfer update a couple of days ago speaking about Wirtz. There's been no further development from there. So, yeah, there we go. City and Leeds channel, thanks for tuning in as well. Reckons negativity. Reckons we're going to lose. I like Stefan Ortega. I think he's a good goalkeeper. So, I like him. I rate him. Tony, thanks for tuning in. Reckons going to be a close game. And you know what? you're not too far away. Not too far away from where my thinking is as well. Joel going 2-1 Manchester City. Nitin going 4-0 to Manchester City today. Then Barney reckons City might lose this one. We will see. Tony said he'd like to see the fan zone return from Sky Sports. I remember. I've forgotten the lad's name. I remember when City beat United back in the derby at Old Trafford 6-1 2011. And I've completely forgotten his name. Don't know why I've completely forgotten his name. But doing the take it. Legendary stuff. Rain, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. We've got Damien tuning in from the middle of the United States. Love that. We've got NZ Gamer tuning in all the way from New Zealand, of course. Says at work, so listening to this whilst working. So thank you very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Jennifer tuning in as well from Hartford, Connecticut in the United States. So we've got Connecticut in the chat as well. Much appreciated. Welcome, Jennifer. MCFC Ryan says, hey JSGC, where is Khusanov and Echeverri? I think City are just rotating a little bit, going for a bit of a rest. I'd heard yesterday evening that Khusanov was going to be potentially rested by City, and he has. Echeverri, I don't have an answer other than he's only just started training. I'd like to have seen him on the bench and featuring, but here we are. All Things Football says, doesn't like Ortega. He can't dive. I rate him. I mean, I think he's a good goalkeeper. Adam says, no chance of negativity. Get out. I like that. Positive mental attitude. That's how we get success at the end of the season. Positive mental attitude. Marwan, thanks for tuning in from Egypt. Lovely country. I was lucky enough to visit there back in November. Got lovely, gorgeous weather. Beautiful sky as well. Everything's so crystal clear there. So, yeah, thank you, Marwan, for tuning in. Much appreciated. Tony says, I like the big Spurs fan on the fan zone who's playing with his hat. Blast from the past. A real blast from the past. Rain says, Haaland reckons coming in off the bench. And Adam, I report news, not an ITK. There's lots of people doing all this ITK stuff. And time out, not got time to be dealing with all of that. You're either a proper journalist with proper connections or you're very much just making stuff up. Whereas my job's just simply digest the news that's out there, separate fact from fiction, have a good discussion, open up some areas for discussion, and of course report on what is true, what is not, and what direction we're heading in as a club. Scott, thanks for tuning in as well. Says people have been screaming for McAtee to start, and when he does start, people moan. There is no pleasing some people. I wanted McAtee to start this game. I thought he'd start this game. I've even got him on the thumbnail for today's game. I rate him. Quality player. Should be getting 90 minutes and hopefully will. Nitin says, in India, football is becoming popular. Wants to increase Man City fan base in India. Your channel can grow to even more millions of subscribers because there are many YouTube users in India. Massive market in India. Great people, everybody I've interacted with from India as well, and plenty of opportunity. Ray says the team's so old. We'll speak about the team in just a second. And Tony says, I'm a Norwich City fan, wishing that we could have held on against Blackburn earlier on today. Unlucky, but Norwich still having a pretty decent season as far as I'm concerned. Also, how's Callum Doyle doing at Norwich as well? City lad out on loan there. Super, thanks for tuning in. Says the fact that Wolves-Bournemouth isn't on TV and City are on ITV4 shows the regretful decline of the Cup. I'm not too sure why they've made that the only 3 p.m. game and the only one that's not been broadcast, to be honest. Don't really get... I mean, obviously they've got the 3 p.m. rule and that's open for a discussion for another matter, but I don't really get why it needed to be a 3 p.m. game. Yeah. Could easily have been... I mean, it wouldn't have been fair to have made this game a 7:45 p.m. kickoff time, but they could have easily manoeuvred some of the games around, and you know that Bournemouth-Wolves game could maybe have been an earlier kickoff, and for example, Crystal Palace-Millwall or Preston North End against Burnley earlier on today, pretty local games. They could easily have been the evening game for today, and everything gets broadcast, but here we are. as Nick Nack says, 3 p.m. games never on TV, which that's for another matter for me to speak about. It's another matter. It's a video in itself, that. Anyway, any news on Ederson? Is he out or in? I imagine it'll probably be the same stance as the summer. They'll be interested in him. He'll probably be interested in leaving. He's looked, to me, a little disinterested this season. Still a quality goalkeeper. And if he wants to sign him, got to pay the money. Tony says, Callum Doyle injured. That's a shame. There is talk about Callum Doyle coming back to Manchester City in the summer and spending a season around the first team squad. So my question is, has Callum Doyle, when he's featured for Norwich, looked good enough to be making that step up from the Championship to the Premier League? And if so, could he do a job around the City first team squad? Obviously, I don't sit here and watch Callum Doyle and Norwich City week in, week out. You will. You'll know more about it. So, do let me know. Just says, no. Fair enough. What's your thoughts? Why no? Mordecai, thanks for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. Once more, tuning in from Zambia in Africa. Going 7-0. Manchester City reckons De Bruyne grabbing a couple of goals and a couple of assists as well. Rightio, we'll speak about the teams. We'll speak about Manchester City and that very, very old midfield. So let's speak then about today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. SofaScore are going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football scores, along with the latest match information, match statistics, team news, and so much more. Not just limited to football. It's got all the sports that you guys love to follow all in one place, all in one app. It's a very highly rated and it's great. It's free as well, so worthwhile checking. Links in the description, links in the live chat, or you can scan the QR code on screen, and that'll send you to the download page where you can download the free SofaScore app. Do go and check it out, and anyone that does do that does help to support the future content created here on my channel. And a big thank you to SofaScore for sponsoring this live stream. So, just before we have a look at the teams, the other games in the FA Cup, we've got currently 3 teams, will be 4 very soon, through to the quarterfinals. So half the teams already through. So last night, Aston Villa took on Cardiff City at Villa Park. Aston Villa won that game by 2-0. It means Cardiff City head out of the competition and Aston Villa are through to the quarterfinals and a potential opponent for Manchester City should we knock out Plymouth Argyle today. Games earlier on today, Crystal Palace took on Millwall. That finished Crystal Palace 3, Millwall 1. Means Crystal Palace go through, Millwall go out. Millwall did see their goalkeeper sent off for, I'm going to presume it was accidental. It looked accidental. There was only eyes on the ball, but it was a real nasty challenge made on the informed Mateta at Crystal Palace, who had to be stretchered off. So hopefully he'll be okay and be back on his feet very soon and a full recovery to him. It was a very nasty challenge. So that has come at a cost for Crystal Palace, making it through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Championship side Preston North End. My brother Mick Sid does the halftime entertainment. He's born and bred in Preston. Big Preston North End fan, season ticket holder there. He's absolutely delighted and he's already messaged me today and he said he wants to set up the JSGC derby. He wants Manchester City to take on Preston North End. He wants City to go through. He wants a quarter-final set up. I want it as well. It would be absolutely legendary. So we want to see that. Preston North End have gone through, annihilating Burnley, who are third in the Championship right now, by 3-0. So Burnley go out, Preston North End go through, and currently 2 minutes plus added time to go in extra time at Dean Court. It's AFC Bournemouth 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. That could well be going to penalties, and if so, I think I'll just knock on a quick stream of that and we'll see what does happen. But before we do that, we do want to speak about today's team. So at 5:45 p.m. GMT, just 10 minutes time, we will have kickoff between Manchester City and Plymouth. Gaming broadcast live on ITVX and ITV4 here in the United Kingdom if you are wanting to watch this game. You've got Craig Pawson, the referee today, averaging 0.15 red cards in every game and 3.74 yellow cards in every game. So looking at potentially, if you want to have a quick builder bet, I would be looking towards Man City to go through, maybe 40 plus booking points. I did say in my preview I'd be going Kevin De Bruyne to score and assist today would be what I would be backing. So having a look at the teams, we'll start first with Plymouth Argyle, backed by just over 7,500 fans today. An incredible effort from the team, making their way down from as far south as south will go when it comes to football here in the English Football League, making a long trek. It must be a good 10, 11 hour round journey for the Plymouth fans, but sold out on season ticket sale. So much so, there were lots of Plymouth fans becoming members at Manchester City so they could get hands on tickets in the home end. And if anybody had a Devon or a Cornwall Plymouth postcode, then their membership was cancelled and their tickets refunded for this game. There was apparently a story coming out from a Manchester City young fan from Exeter, a super fan, who'd become a member and had it cancelled and gone to the press about it, which I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny, but it made me chuckle. Dark humour. It's dark humour. Anyway, we'll start first with our opponents, Plymouth, lining up with a 3-4-2-1 formation led by manager Miron Muslic, who came in January. Plymouth were struggling in the league, still struggling in the league. However, FA Cup, third round, Brentford away, 1-0 Plymouth. Fourth round, Liverpool at home, 1-0 Plymouth. Fifth round, Manchester City away. Seems to be a common theme, and this, we've got to take it serious. 11 changes today from Manchester City. Plymouth have got to be rubbing their hands. They'll be well up for it. Fans are up for it. Players are up for it. Very physical side. It's not going to be easy today. It's going to be really difficult. They're a very physical side. They will look to try and rough and tough Manchester City up. It's why I spoke in my preview about Man City making so many changes, because we don't want any of our regular first-team players to be picking up knocks and picking up injuries. If players have got knocks or injuries, they simply do not play in this game, and you take your last available opportunity to do some squad rotation. If it's not working going into the second half, you go out there and you chuck on the big names to try and make a difference. We nearly came stuck because of this in our game against Leyton Orient back in the fourth round, where City went behind and needed a couple of goals to come back thanks to a Kevin De Bruyne late-ish winner going through 2-1 that day. Earlier on this month, it's March now, so last month. So anyway, Plymouth lining up Hazard in goal. It's Talierverov, Katic and Pleguziolo starting as their three centre-backs. They've got Mumba starting on the right, with Ogbeta starting on the left, with Boateng and Sorinola starting as their two defensive midfielders. You're going to see Callum Wright go on one side, Gaby go on the other, and Bundu starting up top. On the bench for Plymouth, former Manchester City goalkeeper Daniel Grimshaw. Also alongside him, you've got Poulsen, Edwards, Pushkas, Shucks, Roberts, Horton, Alhaj and Beidou. Quite a few first-team players for Plymouth. They're rotating a bit. Why? I think right now they're sitting bottom of the championship, certainly in the bottom three, struggling in a huge 6-pointer game away against Hull City, also struggling in the championship. They lose on Tuesday night against Hull, and that's a huge blow for Plymouth, who could be relegated from the championship into League One. Very, very difficult couple of games for them to navigate. But today's all about fun and excitement and trying to knock out the 4-time consecutive winners of the Premier League, Manchester City. And we have got to be really wary of that. They are missing a few players, including Galloway, but Tajani scored in the last game, out for this game. Blow for them, unlucky for the lad to miss out. And I feel really sorry for Ryan Hardy, the man who scored the only goal in Plymouth's game against Liverpool. He also misses this game. He helped Plymouth get here to set up a huge encounter against Manchester City away. His big opportunity to play at the Etihad Stadium taken away from him. And I can't help but feel real sorry for him. But football, injuries, it happens. And yeah, anyway, Plymouth, average age of their team, 24.6 years. Manchester City, experienced, just under 27 years old, their average age of today's team, 26.5 years. Lining up today with a 4-1-4-1 formation. Stefan Ortega starts in goal ahead of Ederson. Rico Lewis, Vitor Reis, Nathan Ake and Nico O'Reilly, the back four for Manchester City. We could be seeing Nico O'Reilly and Rico Lewis heading into midfield for Manchester City and going more of a back to Vitor Reis and Nathan Ake. We've got Ilkay Gundogan, Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne. 34 years old in Gundogan, 33 years old in Kevin De Bruyne, 30 years old from Bernardo Silva. I'm pleased to say Plymouth are physical, not quick. There isn't a lot of runners. They're going to try and bully Manchester City. And Gundogan, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, all very strong players. So that doesn't cause me too many problems. McAtee starts on the right, Grealish starts on the left, and Phil Foden gets given the freedom up top. And it's very similar to the team I went with in my preview. So that team doesn't surprise me. You go with the big guns off the bench if you need them. The big guns on the bench, led by manager Pep Guardiola, is Ederson, Josko Gvardiol, Ruben Dias, Savinho, Matheus Nunes, Nico Gonzalez, Erling Haaland, Jeremy Doku, and Omar Marmoush. And I challenge anybody to find me a stronger bench out there. It's a very, 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 very strong bench from Manchester City. It does mean, though, Khusanov gets given a rest and also no Claudio Echeverri. And that makes me sad. It really does make me sad. So they have been today's lineups as the players make their way out of the tunnel ready for this game. Plymouth playing in their famous green strips today. The Green Army making their voices heard at the Etihad Stadium as well. All that, by the way, guys, was brought to you by today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. And a big thank you to SofaScore for sponsoring today's live stream. Do go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. It is free to subscribe. Social media links in the description if you want to go and check them out. That would be great, including my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And don't forget, get your score predictions, guys, in the live chat. We do have my poll rolling. 90% of people thinking City going through today, 10% going with Plymouth. I will end that upon kickoff for this game, so do get your votes in. 84 people currently left their votes, which is much appreciated. Just notice we're on 52 likes as well, which means we're more than halfway to my like goal of 100 likes. It's another live stream where before kickoff we've managed to get to more than halfway to the like goal. So big shout out to you guys. Just 48 likes to go. Any help towards that would be great. Corey, thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Going 3-0 Manchester City. Nick Nat going 4-0 for Manchester City as the two managers embrace. Pep Guardiola has already said thank you for the kind comments from the Plymouth manager and looks forward to getting a fine bottle of wine and sharing it with him. And speaking all about managers, Plymouth manager did say in the build-up to this game that Pep Guardiola, when it comes to football management, a legend of the game who everybody has respect for. And that's gone down very well with Pep Guardiola. So he's looking forward to giving some words of wisdom, and then words of wisdom could well help Plymouth's manager to maybe keep Plymouth in the Championship and push forward from there. Miron Muslic, their manager, he was the former Cercle Bruges manager. Managed to take them from a relegation spot into Europe inside just over a season, and unfortunately was sacked due to poor results earlier this season, and then became the Plymouth manager. So, Tony says, Callum Doyle, he is average to be honest, and sometimes he is lazy, but still has the potential. I ain't knocking the guy, but definitely ain't Prem level, definitely Championship level. That's it for now. Although he has a lot to offer, I presume he was going to put there, and he's got a feeling that he'll go back on loan somewhere else instead. He spent many seasons in the Championship. He's done pretty well with Coventry City, I think it was last season. So, yeah, it's difficult. I feel like City, if they want to put him around the first team squad, are doing so due to homegrown regulations rather than doing what's best for the player. And you've got to really think about the player's development to do what's best for them. And if it's best for them to stay in the Championship on loan, then stay on loan in the Championship. If it's best for him to leave the club on a permanent basis and go elsewhere, and City put in a buyback clause, then City have to do so, in my opinion, as we do get kick-off here. City attacking from left to right, with Plymouth attacking from right to left. City playing in their home shirts, sky blue shirts, white shorts and navy blue socks. Plymouth playing in their green shirts, black shorts and white socks. Manchester City just knocking it round through Rico Lewis. Jennifer says, any news on Oscar Bobb? Not as of yet. I don't think we're going to see him until after the international break. I think City are just really weary about his little setback, and I don't think they want to make sure he's fully fit. You don't want to be rushing him back. Rodri, we saw training. It was great. It was brilliant to see, but the last thing I want to see is needlessly Manchester City rushing Rodri back and then he ends up getting a big setback. If we've got to take extra time, take extra time. It'd be great to see him this season, but if it's a difference of leaving it for a few weeks to not take that chance, then I'd rather not see Rodri this season, and we've just got to deal with that as far as I'm concerned. And I think the same stance is here with Oscar Bobb as well. Nick Knack says, unbelievable how Michael Oliver didn't even stop the game, never mind think that it was a bookable offence. It had to go to VAR for him to send it. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It was an awful challenge. Absolutely awful. EH says, how will City attack without Ederson? I know, yeah, with the long balls forward, we need them, as Ortega should just let that one be guided out for a goal kick, and does. Harif, I'm not too sure. If you're watching in the UK, then the game's been broadcast live on ITV4 on terrestrial television, so it doesn't need to be streamed. Adam, City v Preston at home next round, please. That would be the dream. It'd be Mixid's dream, my dream as well. That's the tie we want. It's the tie that we want. Nick Knack, yeah, it's one of the worst challenges. It's awful, absolutely awful. Hopefully Mateta isn't seriously injured and he'll be back sooner rather than later. Tony, I did see your comment about Callum Doyle. EH reckons 1-0 Plymouth on the back of them knocking Brentford and Liverpool out by 1-0. All Things Football said he didn't like the Leyton Orient goal that they scored, and we've not really seen Ortega since. Got lobbed near enough from the halfway line. I still rate him. I think he's a good goalkeeper. Here's City then on the attack. Vitor Reis just working it to Nathan Ake. Ake looked like he might have lined up a shot, but he doesn't. City and Leeds channel reckons Plymouth 2, City 1. He reckons Plymouth coming from behind. It's a big call. I really hope we're not going out, because this is our only chance of silverware this season. Adam reckons Super Jack scoring today. Gundo's going to score. De Bruyne's going to score. Foden's going to score. Reckons Foden getting the other 3. Nico O'Reilly only just started training, so I presume just left out. I'd like to have seen him on the bench. I would have put him on the bench, but I'm not the manager, so here we are. Here's Bernardo, edge of the Plymouth penalty area. Gundogan trying some tricks and flicks, trying to get something sorted. Needs to find a bit of space. Grealish finds a bit of space. His shot is blocked comfortably, and Plymouth will look to try and come away with the ball and get this one fully clear through Sarinola, who will work it back, and Plymouth can get their foot through it and can have a bit of possession as well. Nick Knack says biddies are us. In terms of the age, old age pensioners. All Things Football, I'm hoping that Vitor Reis will shine as well. Julia, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Adam reckons we should be aiming for 115. I'll tell you what, if we get to 100, we'll put the like goal at 115. Rain reckons 3-1 to Manchester City. Joe, thanks for tuning in, reckons 3-0 to Manchester City. Nick Knack says quite a cosmopolitan Plymouth 11 looking at the names. There's plenty of names in there. Plenty of names. I think they've got a couple of Polish football players on the bench who do normally start. I was expecting them to start. So I've been doing all my research based on that, and they've not started. So that was a waste of research from me. Super, thanks for tuning in. Going 7-0, I presume, to Manchester City. Nadir, thanks for tuning in. Says, doesn't like the team. Team's uninspiring, but still reckon City winning 3-0 today. So that's positive. I like that, Nadir. Positive mental attitude. Jean, thanks for tuning in. Says, can't watch City because of the Wolves-Bournemouth game. It's not finished yet on Norwegian TV. Has that not gone to penalties yet? Adrian reckons 4-0 Manchester City. Doesn't see Plymouth causing any problems today. It's currently penalties at the moment. Nick Nat says Cunha's goal for Wolves was pretty special. I've not seen it. Chloe's confirmed that game has gone to penalties. Let me know what does happen on the penalties, and I'm keeping an eye on what's happening here in the City game. And thank you to Kushik. Says, how can England be so bad in every sport? England lost in the cricket. Which county represents Manchester in county cricket? Based at Old Trafford Cricket Ground is Lancashire, where I'm from. And England are bad at every sport because they prioritise the wrong things at the wrong time. You know, they've built a brilliant legacy in the Olympics and then cut the funding for all the sports that Great Britain were doing very well in. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Callum, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. We're now at 61 likes. 39 likes away from 100, so any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe. And do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. 2-2 Wolves, Bournemouth. Bournemouth Wolves at the moment. Thank you very much, Jean, for keeping me up to date. Currently got over 50 people in the room. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Currently here at the Etihad Stadium, 0-0. Nothing really to report on. City got into a good position. A shot from Jack Grealish was dragged and blocked well by Plymouth. Other than that, not really too much happening. And Plymouth are just happy to hook this ball up and make this a bit of a physical battle. Vitor Reis does very well to win the ball in the air there, but it does go out for a throw-in to Plymouth. He's very physical, isn't he, Vitor Reis? He's a tall lad. Looks very composed. Imagine he'll be looking to try and really bulk up at the moment. Get some real strength in him. He's a real unit of a player. You know, you put like Ruben Dias's physique on someone like Vitor Reis and he would be frightening. The big lad should be offside and is. Chloe says 1-0 Real Madrid. Who's Real Madrid playing? They're not happy with the start. It's awful start. It's going to be a long day. It's a physical battle. I mean, I'm going 2-0 City today. I'm going 0-0 at half-time. And I reckon that Manchester City will make some changes and that will make the difference, is what I reckon. So currently 7 minutes in. 0-0. Scott, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Nick Nat reckons once we get a couple, they'll crumble. I think that's what City have got to be looking for. Get the first goal and get Plymouth under pressure. Not used to going behind in the cup so far. Plymouth are used to nilling teams and scoring a goal and winning games. That's what we're competing against. So currently got the Great Wall of Plymouth in front of their goal at the moment that City have got to try and navigate their way around. As I said, they've not got energy and legs in midfield, so going with the ageing players isn't too much of a problem. It's always going to be a bit of a physical battle. Got to be at our creative best as well. Dave says a strong Yorkshire side means a good England 11. Poor Yorkshire team at the moment means a poor England team. No comment. No comment. All things football. I do keep an eye on some of the academy games. Like with the women's team, I keep an eye on some of their results and stuff. Keep an eye on how they're doing. I like to keep a keen eye on how everyone's performing. I know the EDS side's not done too amazing this season in the, is it the Virtue Trophy it's called? That the City under-21s team get to compete in. A floated ball comes over to Jackie G on the left. Wants to square a ball across. De Bruyne. Too deep for everybody. Out of play. Goal kick. Chloe says Real Madrid playing Real Betis today. Real Madrid 1-0 up there in that game. Bournemouth missed a penalty. Adrian's informed. That's to be a huge blow for Bournemouth to go out to Wolves. Anyway, today's drink of choice. Angry Orchard. Let's give it a taste. So it's crisp apple. Oh. 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 It's a perfect, that's a banger of a cider. It's one of my favourite Angry Orchard. One of my favourites. Good stuff. I was going to go for the blood orange Thatchers. I've not had that before. But I bottled it, guys. I'll be honest, I opened the fridge before and I bottled it. I was like, I'm going to try something new. Nah, I'm going to go with something I know I'll like. So I went with the Angry Orchard. It's a good choice. Wolves have missed a penalty now. Why's that penalty shootout taking so long? We're nearly 10 minutes into this game. Koshik. I don't talk about politics here on the channel. We speak about football. We speak about sport. We have a good time. All the distractions of the world and things that have been happening. We don't speak. We don't make comments. We speak about football. That way, everybody has a good time without people getting upset about things. That comes from many years of experience of learning what politics does in sport. Iptrus not happy with the start. City got a corner. I mean, they're a strong defensive team. Bayer Leverkusen 1-0 up. Got a couple of exciting games, actually, midweek. Against Bayern Munich. I'm looking forward to that. Probably for me, it's the tie of the round. I know Real Madrid Atletico looks good on paper, and I think the PSG... a chance here for Grealish blocked and out for another corner for City. And I know the PSG-Liverpool game again looks like a good game. And I think that will be a real good game. I'm really looking forward, though, to that Bayer Leverkusen, Bayern Munich. I think that'll be two very good games. And I can see Bayer Leverkusen knocking them out. Tony, I'm looking forward to seeing what Thomas Tuchel can do. Just out of interest, guys, I know a lot of you guys are tuning in from all around the world. So I can't imagine many of you guys are too keen on watching England, obviously, with Foden has a shot just wide from Manchester City. Best opportunity of the game so far, and I think that's going to be a corner for Manchester City. But I'm genuinely excited about international football for a change, and I'm excited about what Thomas Tuchel can do. So I'm just going to put one out there for you guys. If England are playing, would you like to see me do live watch-alongs, even if it's just for us to have a bit of a chit-chat and, we'll talk transfers, talk football, talk City, talk whatever. City want handball. Crying for handball. VAR is in use. Referee says no penalty, as Adrian has informed me. Bournemouth have won the penalty shootout, so Bournemouth go through and Wolverhampton Wanderers go out. Watch-alongs and chat. I can do that. Peter, thanks for tuning in. Keith, thanks for tuning in as well. Tuning in from Ireland. Let's see. His arm's not by his side. It's accidental. I don't think it's a penalty. Should be a corner for Manchester City. It hits his arm. I don't think I'd like to see a penalty given at the other end for that. So not a penalty for me. Dave says when England play, I wash my hair. City, it's a good corner. Gundogan gets the flick on at the near post, but it's over the top of the crossbar. Oh, I like it. I forgot to end the poll. We'll end it now. There we go. 91%. 91% reckon City going through today. Good stuff. Andrew, thanks for tuning in. I'd like to see live watch-alongs for the England games. I can do it. Sample it. See how it works. I just don't want there to be, no demand. Watch-alongs from my end take... work and effort, and if there's nothing in it, then there's nothing in it. I may as well rest and not watch. So I'm not going to lie, I sometimes don't watch the England games unless it gets to the international tournaments where it gets a bit more exciting. But I genuinely feel like Thomas Tuchel could maybe be the one for England. A good manager, good in knockout football. Nick Knight says I voted for Plymouth for a laugh. Fair enough. England do let you down. They get your hopes up. You get to finals. At least we've got to finals. I just wanted to see England get to a final to see what happens. I've had the privilege to see England get to 2 finals. It'd be beautiful to be able to watch us win just one thing. A good link-up play there for City. And McAtee has an effort blocked by Plymouth. Yeah. Tony says he'd like to see some World Cup watch-alongs. Stay tuned. Summer of 2026. The summer of 2026. So, guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. Now just 31 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. And also, don't forget to check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. So at the moment, 15 minutes in, Manchester City 0, Plymouth Argyle 0. Manchester City have been huffing and puffing but not found a way to blow the house down. Plymouth sticking with it. Jack, thanks for tuning in. Plymouth to win. I mean, if they are to win, it'll be 1-0 Plymouth. That seems to be the pattern. Here's Bernardo, goes on his right foot, puts one across. Grealish takes a touch. City are all over Plymouth at the moment. Plymouth surely can't do 90 minutes of this and keep a clean sheet. I'd be very impressed if they did. Very impressed. Tony, that's sick. Table tennis. I've got no coordination. Can't do table tennis. Lucky if you get me to do a serve correctly. Adrian, I agree. And it'll be a bit of a transition. I don't think there's that many interesting international games, but as I said, we can sit and have a chat. No real pressure. Man City aren't playing. Not everybody's on edge. We can just literally just sit here and enjoy a game of football and have a bit of a chit-chat, a bit of a chin-wag. That's what I'm thinking. I'll tell you what, I've currently got my blinds open, and I live about 10, 15 miles away from the Etihad. And they put the camera at the Etihad on the sky, so they've got a very similar sky to what I'm looking at, and sky's beautiful right now. Real gorgeous pink colours, clear in the distance. Real nice to look at as the sun sets here in the UK. Don't know why I'm telling you guys. I've just got real nice scenery. I've got the game going on. I've got the YouTube live stream set up here, and then just got this real nice sky right there in front of me. Do you know it's been beautiful weather, a beautiful March day today. Real nice, bit crisp to start the morning, but sun came out, got to like 10 degrees. Very little wind chill, no rain, very little cloud. Real nice day. It's as nice as it'll get. As nice as it'll get. Steve, thank you very much for tuning in. West Ham fan as well. We like that here at Manchester City. Mark, thanks for tuning in. I'm hoping City can get the cup in the bag. It would be good. It'd be good if we can get through here. And I'm not too fussed about who we face in the next round, as long as we're facing whomever at home. Nick Knack says, meant to be sunny all next week down here. Where do you live, Nick Knack? I've not looked at the weather to see. There we go. Adam says, big up Steve, tuning in the West Ham fan. We like to see that. Wiltshire, lovely stuff. Is KDB. Oh, it's a good pass. Here's Bernardo. Got to go first time. Just dinks one in. Header. Save. Header came in from Gundogan straight at the keeper. Comfortable save. Do you know what? It was an opportunity that on target as well. Yeah, I probably would say that was the best opportunity of the game so far. It's a free header for Gundo. He gets it on target, but that's about it. Comfortable for the keeper. Asks the question, but yeah. Tony, I've seen quite a few people losing the YouTube channel for things. I've had my own problems with YouTube back in January when I got hacked. I mean, thankfully, I only went without for a day or two, but it took a good week to get everything back up to normal. Thankfully, managed to get it back up to normal, which was good as the main thing, but it can be very unsettling, and yeah, there's quite a few people losing their channels for a little period of time, which is not good. So hopefully everybody can get them back and get things up and rolling. I don't know what YouTube's going on with. They must be getting a lot of requests right now that things are taking a bit of time. Dave says, opposite here, snowing, windy, lion weather. Whereabouts are you from, Dave? City go to the byline, will be another corner for Manchester City. Andrew says, -10 here, sunny but cold, feels like -20 with the wind chill. Winter. We're nearly there, guys. We're nearly out of it. Anyone tuning in from the Southern Hemisphere, I'm sure NZ before, tuning in from New Zealand, won't be too happy to see the end of his summer. But We're all just desperate for some sunshine and nice weather. I miss it. Jackson says, snowing and freezing in Pittsburgh. Dave tuning in from Ottawa in Canada. Cold. Adrian says City with 84% possession. Lovely stuff, Jennifer, on the IPA. It's called Angry Orchards Hard Cider. I don't know if they've got it available stateside or not. I don't think that they do. But it's nice. It's a nice drink. It is! Yes! See? There it is. It's stateside. Why have I never come across it stateside? There's a lot of lager options in the US. Lots of cocktail and spirit options as well. But coming across good, proper cider options. Maybe it's just the places that I'm visiting. Visiting the wrong places. I know, I've been a couple of places. I tend to go with places that have got real nice weather and warm. They love the alcoholic slush beverages over in the States as well. I remember going to Vegas and it was just full of the Fat Tuesday massive drinks that people walk around with on the strip. That's what I took away from Las Vegas, along with a guy just regularly hung around in a bin. He must have been high on something. But he was having a good time, so sometimes that's what it's all about. Don't do drugs, kids. Boy Razor, thanks for tuning in. What's a nutcracker? Jackson, I enjoyed my Vegas trip. There's some stuff that I've liked to do that I've not done there as well. Yeah. Come to Philly this summer. My budget's cut short. I'm saving for a real big trip to Florida 2026. So I'll be there for a few weeks. So that's taken up all my budget. So I don't have too many extravagant trips planned for this year. Otherwise, I'd say I'd be all over somewhere like Philadelphia. Very passionate city. No, not for the World Cup. I've taken one look at the prices of the Club World Cup in the USA, and that's given me everything I need to know about what the ticket prices are going to be for the actual World Cup in North America. And yeah, no. Not unless JSGC makes it big. And I end up getting a sponsor who says, JSGC, we love your England live watch-alongs. Please come out to the States and come and watch the games. Hint, hint, sponsors. We'll see. They do have games in Miami, I think. Fairly sure they have. Don't quote me on that, but I think. Peter, so it was at the Preston game. Preston played it ever so well. I had to watch that game. I know Mick Sid, season ticket holder at Preston. Loved it. Good atmosphere. Did a good job as Plymouth come forward into the City penalty area, but City defend it and get it clear. Second ball won by Jack Grealish, though, and he's going to send a long ball forward looking for Foden, who might get there. As a good sliding challenge from Plymouth, and that'll be a throw-in for Manchester City. Adrian says Real Betis 1, Real Madrid 1 now. Boy Racer, it will. The MetLife Stadium will be holding the World Cup final. I was stood outside the ground at the... is it Mall of America it's called, opposite the MetLife, back in September. A little picture taken in front of the stadium. I mean, I love NFL, so I was doing it for that reason, but also I think recently at the time it had just been announced as the World Cup final host stadium. So I had a picture in front of it in New Jersey. There's not much happening in this game, I'll be honest with you guys. Anyway, we're just 25 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe. And please do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. That should have been cut off by Plymouth, and tackle comes in. They're looking a bit tired at the moment, Plymouth. Doing a lot of running. Might just be a case where City look to tire the legs of Plymouth out and capitalise upon it in the second half. Which is what I stated. 0-0 half-time. Couple of second half goals for City on tired legs when the more experienced players come on. Adam Aflone I presume that's in Ireland. I don't know where Athlone is. Athlone Town. Sounds very exciting. I've been watching quite a few YouTube videos of Irish football games, actually. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I have. The atmosphere there looked good. Everyone seems very passionate. That should have been a goal kick for Plymouth. I can see why they're complaining. Peter says, watching on TV, I'm 30 seconds ahead of him. I apologise for being 30 seconds ahead. I'll keep the celebration subdued. That's a very deep corner from City, and that goes out of play for a goal kick. Ake wants a penalty, but not for me. Not for me. Graham, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated, my friend. Do hope you are well. All Things Football reckons, what type of transfer? What type? That's a good question. Type of transfers? I reckon aggressive. I think that's the way the Premier League's going right now. Quick, aggressive, physical players. The time of slow, technically gifted players seems to be fading out. So the likes of Grealish, obviously De Bruyne is getting no younger, and the world of directness in the Premier League is coming, and you're gonna need workhorses. You're gonna need players who are gonna fight for everything, who's got plenty of pace and strength, who can run. That's going to be offside. Dave says, I'm 11 seconds behind ITV. I mean, to be fair, I'm watching in real time, not having to use a stream, so I'm seeing it live as it's happening with everybody else watching on ITV. The 11-second delay is the delay coming from my streaming platform over onto YouTube, and then onto your screen is where that 11 seconds goes. So, in them 11 seconds, please don't spoil things in the chat. It would be much appreciated for people who are behind. Nothing worse than having it spoilt for you. Sometimes I have to use streaming platforms and people are ahead of me, and then I get goal. Sometimes people are trolling me. Sometimes people aren't, and it becomes it does. It spoils it. It does. Not gonna lie. Excuse me. Bertrand, because you get all kinds of pushing and pulling going on in the penalty areas. I'm not saying it's right, but they never go and get penalised. That's surely 1-0. No! Gundogan hits the post and it comes back out. That should be 1-0. There's the best chance of the game. That really should be 1-0, ladies and gents. It ricochets through. Gundogan puts his foot through it. It's the inside of the post and comes back out. And a should bag. Yeah, Dave, the camp. So it's exactly the reason why I have a clock up, so you can see what minute I'm on. So you know where I'm up to. I mean, All Things Football, to be fair, there were sources saying earlier last week that even though it could trigger the automatic 1-year extension, if Man City let Gundogan know that they want him to leave, he's more than happy to do a gentleman's agreement where he may want to leave. He has been linked with a move to Turkey. And it could be a case where if Turkish clubs are interested, that he could sign a new 1-year extension and then leaves for free, even though he's under contract. So, there you go. Ward, thanks for tuning in. I'm a married man, though, I'm afraid. Peter, I apologise. Yeah, it's good stuff, this Angry Orchard. I'm enjoying it. Oof. Gundogan's looked sharp. He's just not been clinical. And Gundogan had been clinical. He could have come away with a brace and we'd all be sitting here saying Gundogan's back. Jack, there's too much information. I think that's too much information, my friend. Rain, yeah, I'm afraid no goals at the moment. But we're aiming for our own personal goal, and we're only 18 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. I hope you appreciated the transition there from me, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore, as well. It's amazing how quick, once the sun sets, how dark it goes. You can just about on the horizon see a bit of light. Everything else now going very dark as we hit night time. Here's Nico O'Reilly getting forward. Plays a 1-2 with Foden. Here's Jackie G. He's getting into some positions on the left-hand side of the penalty area. He keeps trying to pull it back and not succeeding. Adrian, I agree, there will be some very tired Plymouth players in the second half. At the moment, Plymouth haven't really found a way into this game. It's been 30 minutes of domination. It's just City haven't been clinical enough, unfortunately. So, here we are. Now 17 likes away. Doing well. Doing well. Could we hit 100 likes by half time? We'll see. Jackson said, works remote, able to travel. Was about going to Manchester for a month or so. What are some good parts? I think you're always pretty safe. Sticking to the city centre. Anywhere, I mean, to be fair, if I'm staying in Manchester, I tend to stay anywhere around Deansgate. It's normally alright. I did, on my wedding night, a night at the Midland Hotel with upgrades. Very nice hotel. Really liked it in there. Bar was nice in the hotel. Got a nice spa in there. Lovely stuff. You get some good deals, actually, outside of the weekend in Manchester as well, actually. It's not overly that expensive. It's just when it gets to weekends or if there's events and stuff on, it gets a bit expenny. I'd say if you're coming to Manchester, don't be scared to hit on the train and travel to some of the local areas around Manchester. It's got their own little unique characters. And always very interesting. Manchester's not too far away from some beautiful scenery up in the hills and the Pennines. I mean, Lake District's not a million miles away if you're able to travel around a bit. 2.5 hours away from London, direct on the train. An hour and a half to Birmingham. York's a lovely city. Chester, a lovely city as well. A couple of my favourite cities in the UK. This might not go down very well, but Liverpool's quite nice. A lot of people there very friendly. Benny, thanks for tuning in. So fed up with the ITV commentary. I've got it on very quiet. I can't hear what they're saying. Is it bad? Is that bad? Kawami, thanks for tuning in as well. Adrian, 73% possession. It's complete domination from City. We're just not scored. So, there we go. We're 13 likes now away from 100. We could do it, you know. Still got more than 10 minutes left of the first half. Long ball sent forward. Vitor Reis do you know, Vitor Reis has looked good. He looked really good. Teddy, thanks for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. Boy Racer staying at the Midland next week in Manchester. Lovely stuff. Good choice. So Foster's good call, that. Nice hotel. See if we can find tickets for the... You should be able to. There'll be many season ticket holders within a week or so of the game that will put them on for resale, so you should be able to pick up a ticket for it. Enjoy the game. Good stuff. Challenge comes in on McAtee, and good defending in the end from Plymouth. Amelia, thanks for tuning in. Reckons 5-0. Complete domination. It has been domination. City have been by far the better team. They're just not creating. Plymouth are making life difficult. But when you get good opportunities like Gundogan had, 10 yards out and hitting the post, they're the kind of opportunities that need to go. It opens Plymouth up. It's a knockout game. They can't defend a 1-0. 1-0 might give them some confidence, but you're going out. It's the same result. So you've got to have a pop. You've got to go for it. Jackson said wants to go and see the new Everton Stadium. It's much bigger than the pictures look. Managed to, me and Mick Sid managed to head up there, and I got Mick Sid sending his drone up to get me some drone shots. When we covered it over on the JSGC football channel, covering Everton's story before they leave Goodison Park. So I managed to get a ticket for an Everton game against Bournemouth in the Cup in the 4th round, actually, which was a fun experience, because I've not been to Goodison Park before. Felt it was my last opportunity to get there. Never going to get a ticket in the City away end. It's like gold dust. Getting to Goodison Park's like gold dust once they found out that it's going to be their last season. And that new stadium's a big stadium. Very big stadium. Does kind of look like a big Tesco. It does a little bit. Looks a little bit like a car park as well. Very unique. It's built on the docks. I know some of you guys might not know what a big Tesco is. It's a big supermarket chain that we've got over here. Anyone tuning in stateside, like a big Walmart or a big Target. That's what it looks like. From the outside. From the inside, it's got like a mixture of like an NFL and a German stadium mixed into one, in my opinion. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like, their new stadium, actually. They move in the summer. But yeah, Adrian, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Super says Dixon, the commentator. As Vitor Reis makes a vital interception, Ogbeta got forward, Plymouth put a ball in, and they've got a corner. Got the ball around well there, Plymouth. I think the keeper should shout to Vitor Reis that he can collect it, that no one's around. A bit of a needless corner, but Vitor Reis does well, because if you don't get the shout, then you put the ball out. You don't take chances. You best regroup him. We've got to regroup from the corner. And set play, one of Plymouth's main ways to get a goal. And that's exactly what they do. Smash and grab from Plymouth. A corner, a needless corner. And it's nodded into the back of the net. And it was the opportunity that Plymouth were looking for. And now Manchester City are made to rue their missed opportunities. It's what happens when you're not clinical. We know Plymouth are a physical side. You look for your set pieces. You look for your winnings of the second ball. We've not done that. And it's as easy as you like. Unmarked. Awful defending. Awful defending. A good corner in. It's amazing what a good set piece does. Head onto it. Into the back of the net. It's as easy a goal that Plymouth will score all season. It's a famous goal for them. Now, Manchester City are under pressure. Now, Plymouth have something that they can defend all game. And the problem is, I mean, it's awful defending that. Awful defending. City just stood like statues. Towered above them, headed the ball into the back of the net. The most frustrating part is it was a needless corner given away. I'm going to blame Ortega for the goal. He should shout. He should tell Vitor Reis, leave it. Haaland scores for Plymouth. Taliaverov with the goal for Plymouth, and they're going to get in potentially here at half-time, 1-0 up. City have got a lot to think about here. They've been coasting for the game, making Plymouth, sit deep and make them chase shadows whilst creating very little and not putting our chances away. It's not going to send you through, and City are now in bother. They are in bother. But we were 1-0 behind against Leyton Orient. We managed to come back. We've got to stick with it. There will be more opportunities in the game. We've got to put them away. I mean, we're not playing for another week, so you don't have to worry too much about rotation. So I see no reason why you don't chuck the big guns on at half-time and make two or three subs. Because at the moment, I mean, Gundogan's in acres of space. De Bruyne doesn't even look up. Doesn't even look up. Here's Bernardo. Could do with an instant response. He goes low, and that'll be a corner. And notice how Plymouth have one corner, one set piece, one goal. How many set pieces are City having? They're not doing anything from them. We hired a set piece coach, and we don't score off set pieces. Man. Corner comes in, and we hope Plymouth score their chance. There's City's chance. Vitor Reis, and it's wide. Fire the set piece coach. I mean, I'm not normally keen on firing members of staff, but set piece coach, terrible. I tell you what, Vitor Reis should score there. It's near enough a 3-header. It's a little behind him, but he should score for me. Here's De Bruyne. I do feel like we're missing a bit of physical presence up top. Anyway, we're 8 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Yeah, I think if I were Pep, I'd take the substitutes out from the half-time team talk, and I'd be telling them to warm up at half-time on the pitch, and I'd be preparing for 2 or 3 changes. Is offside. Obviously looking towards the attacking players to make the difference. Haaland and Marmoush, 2 big names standing out there. Here's Rico Lewis. Nico O'Reilly now to Jack Grealish. Got to show a bit of quality. Dinks in, headed clear. There's everybody behind the ball. De Bruyne skies it. Plymouth are literally just parking a bus. I think it's taken a deflection. So we've got a corner. Got away with that because that weren't going in from De Bruyne. Foden to take. Near post, another header won, and it's wide again. It's an opportunity. I'm going to keep referring back to how well Plymouth did on their set piece that they scored from their one and only opportunity. City have had 2 or 3 really good opportunities from these set pieces, and they're not scoring them. I mean, Nathan Ake's feeling a bit of pain. Header won by Plymouth. So they've got the ball inside the City half. First opportunity, really, of the game for them to knock it around, knock it about. They've given the ball away. They want a free kick. Referee says no. Here's a ball forward. De Bruyne to Grealish. Back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne! Wide! Another opportunity. Got to be clinical. There's been chances. It's not like there hasn't been chances. There's been chances. City just aren't being clinical. It's a good save from the keeper. Fingertip save. All he can do is pray that it's going wide. Another corner then. Foden to take. It's deep. Header won by Plymouth. De Bruyne picks the pieces up. Edge of the penalty area. Rico Lewis now to De Bruyne. Nathan Ake's carrying a knock here. He needs to go off. And Nathan Ake needs to go off. Here's Grealish then to McAtee. He goes down. Will be a free kick. And Ake's got to go off for me now. And do you know what? They'll bring a like for like and they'll go with the extra defender. But I'd be half tempted to throw Nico O'Reilly in at centre-back. He's big and tall. And I'd bring an extra attacker on for me. I think City are just trying to get to half-time, see how he gets on. But we'll see. Anyway, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Do check out today's video sponsor. SofaScore, links and details there in the description. And finally, we're just 5 likes away from 100. So can we hit that before half-time? We've got a minute to do so, as that's what's been added on here. Free kick for City then, in a good position to put something of quality into the box. If we don't get it to stick, Plymouth will be going in at half-time ahead. I said it would be 0-0 at half-time. With 1-0 Plymouth and plenty of work for City to do. Foden and De Bruyne stood over this then. It's going to be KDB. Whips one in. It's header! Right on half-time, Nico O'Reilly grabs the equaliser for Manchester City. It's a good ball in from De Bruyne, and it's about time that we made these set pieces count. Maybe we shouldn't be sacking the new set piece coach. 1-1. Perfectly onside. And we'll go in level, not behind. 2 set-piece goals. It's not been pretty. I don't think it changes the team talk for Plymouth. It'll change the team talk a little bit for Man City because we don't have to go all-out attack. But we do need to be attacking more. And we're now 1 like away from 100. Quick. The guy like half still here. Quick, who wants the 100th like? And we hit 100 likes right on half-time. Come on. Double celebration inside a minute. It's what we like to see. Right, all to play for then, second half. Rose, thanks for tuning in. 30, thanks for tuning in. Have I missed anybody else off? Gaza, thanks for tuning in. Nana, thanks for tuning in. Kawami, thanks for tuning in. Mad Hatter, thanks for tuning in. Sorry, I'm just reading through the comments here. Someone just asked something about the clock. I can't see where it's gone. It's been lost in the chat. Anyway, get your halftime thoughts in the chat. That would be much appreciated. Damar, thanks for tuning in. Hawar, thanks for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. So yeah, get your halftime thoughts in the chat. That would be much appreciated. Don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up on the video. We're aiming for 115 likes now. Any help towards that would be great. Don't forget as well to subscribe. Social media links in the description. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up on the video. I've already said that. I'm waffling now. Don't even know where I'm up to. Today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. I'm going to roll my promo video, and I will see you in 20 seconds where we're going to go around the grounds, check out the scores from today, and also do my halftime analysis. See you in 20 seconds. And a big thank you to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. Do go and check them out. Links and details there in the description. Benny, I don't know if you're still tuning in or not, says, can you sync your clock, please, Jay? Makes it so much easier to keep up because of the lag. I don't know what that means. Am I a boomer now? Technologically not advanced anymore. When we have kickoff, I just press the clock to go. So the clock's level with me. There might be like a 1 or 2 seconds in it through the whistle going and me clicking. Is that what we mean? I don't know. Anyway, Peter. I mean, too many beers. I mean, I'm only that much in. Don't think there's too many beers. I think it's just I'm in a good mood. It's Saturday night. Anyway, right, let's have a look then. Let's go around the grounds. 115 likes. Right, we've got to keep it at 115 now. Keep it at 115. Oh, we have a good time. Anyway, possession stats, 70% possession for Manchester City, 30% possession for Plymouth. Are you ready for this, guys? Are you ready for this? 13 shots from Manchester City, 2 saves from the goalkeeper, 3 on target. Plymouth, 1 shot, 1 on target. Come forward and done very little all game. 1 goal. We're level, 1-1. Bennett, 10 seconds behind. What? How has it ended up being 10 seconds behind? Is that always the case? I'm just thinking, I mean, to be fair, it's a 45-minute timer, and on here it shows the 45-minute timer as 45 minutes and 3 seconds for the start, and then for it to run out. So a bit of an overlay. So if there's a delay, it should be for a second, or it might be a second quick. 10 seconds is a lot, unless I've pressed it 10 seconds too late. Well, keep an eye for the second half and let me know, my friend. Let me know. Welcome, everybody, for tuning in. Much appreciated. Savinho, thanks for tuning in. I hope I pronounced your name correctly there, my friend. Anyway, looking at the statistics. Yeah, Man City dominated the game. We're not being clinical. We're 1-1. Got a big 45 minutes to come. If it's level, goes to extra time and then pens, just like the Bournemouth game, which that finished 1-1, finished 5-4 to Bournemouth on penalties. Preston also through, won 3-0 today against Burnley. And Crystal Palace also through, won 3-1 against Millwall. Also saw Aston Villa go through 2-0 against Cardiff City yesterday. And currently here at the Etihad Stadium, pretty tense and close. 1-1. There we go. So yeah. Anyway, moving on from the FA Cup, because we have had a full round of fixtures in the English Football League. No games in the Premier League today. Championship, though. Blackburn 1, Norwich 1. Leeds 1, West Brom 1. Oxford 2, Coventry 3. Luton 1, Portsmouth 0. Big win that for Luton down at the bottom of the Championship. Middlesbrough 1, Derby 0. Dave will be very happy with that. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Sheffield United 2. Big win for Sheffield United towards the top of the table. And Stoke City 0, Watford 0. Into League 1. Wycombe Wanderers lost a big game at the top 2. Birmingham 1, Wycombe 0. Wrexham 0, Bolton 0. Barnsley 4, Lincoln 3. Adam. I'm not answering that. Bristol Rovers 2, Rotherham 3. Burton 1, Mansfield 1. Crawley 0, Cambridge 2. Exeter 1, Northampton 1. Leyton Orient 1, Charlton 2. A big result that for Charlton. At the top of the League 1, looking for a playoff spot. Leyton Orient and Charlton are. Peterborough 3, Shrewsbury 1. Stevenage 1, Huddersfield 2. Stockport County 2, Blackpool 1. Blackpool were winning that game as well. And Wigan 1, Reading 2. Although I think all the Wigan fans are currently out in Las Vegas, ready for Wigan Warriors to play instead. Into League 2, Salford 1, Bradford 2. Tranmere Rovers 1, Port Vale 1. Wimbledon 0, Bromley 1. Cheltenham 1, Grimsby 1. Chesterfield 1, Crewe 3. Doncaster 3, Newport 0. Fleetwood 2, Notts County 2, Gillingham 1, Morecambe 0, Harrogate 2, Accrington Stanley 1, MK Dons 0, Colchester 1, and Walsall 0, Swindon 1. North of the border, Dundee 1, St Johnstone 1, Rangers 1, Motherwell 2, Ross County 1, Kilmarnock 0, and currently latest score half-time, St Mirren 1, Celtic 2. Traveller, thanks for tuning in. Cheering on Colchester, I like it. Traveller, Luton aren't doing very well. They're currently, let me have a look at the league table. Luton are currently, third bottom in a relegation spot, in the relegation zone. Interestingly, Plymouth are 3 points behind Hull City, and if they lose on Tuesday night away at Hull City, they're going to go 6 points into the relegation zone. So Plymouth could well be a League One team next season, and we're currently drawing 1-1 at home. So here we are. Carrying on north of the border, Scottish Championship, Ayr United 4, Edgeronians 1, Dunfermline 2, Greenock Morton 1, Hamilton Academical 2, Falkirk 2, and Raith Rovers 0, Queen's Park 4, Scottish League 1, Alloa Athletic 2, Cove Rangers 1, Arbroath 3, Annan Athletic 0, Dumbarton 1, Stenhousemuir 3, Inverness CT 1, Montrose 1, excuse me, and Queen of the South 0, Kelty Hearts 1. This Angry Orchards made me very, very gassy. Scottish League 2, Edinburgh City 0, Stranraer 1, Forfar Athletic 0, Clyde 1, Peterhead 2, Elgin 0, Stirling Albion 1, East Fife 0, and Spartans 3, Bonnyrigg Rose 1. Just having a look then, it's still 1-1 between Real Betis and Real Madrid. Currently, Eintracht Frankfurt 1, Bayer Leverkusen 3, latest score in the Bundesliga. Let's have a look, see if there's any big games. St. Pauli 0, Borussia Dortmund 2, Leipzig 1, Mainz 2, both full-time scores. Not very entertaining in Serie A today. Atalanta 0, Venezia 0, full-time, and currently Napoli 0, Inter Milan 1 in the 78th minute, so just 1 goal in Serie A so far. And yeah, there we go. You're all up to date, guys. As Albert correctly points out, we're on 121 likes now. So let's keep the like goal rolling. Let's go for 100. Should we go ambitious? Let's go 150. Yeah, why not? 150 with 28 likes away. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe. Do check out my social media links in the description. Get your halftime thoughts in the chat. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. And a big thank you to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. So, got some special halftime entertainment for you guys to enjoy. It is brought to you by my partner channel, Mixid. Links and details, they are in the description. Do go and check him out. That would be great. Adam, we'll go. We need many more likes for me to go for 200. I'm being a bit more reserved. We'll go for 150 for now, and we'll see how we do get on. Barca changing his mind, going 1-1 draw for this game, but City go through after extra time on penalties. I definitely do not want that. Normal time, please, Manchester City. Make it happen. Anyway, today's halftime entertainment brought to you by my partner channel, Mixid. Links and details there in the description. Go and check him out. This is The Zombie.
Hi guys, Mixid here. Is the final summer cocktail and drinks in our series for this year, number 14, and it's only appropriate we go with the famous zombie cocktail. The zombie cocktail was created by Don Beach in 1934. The trouble with the zombie is Don Beach never shared his recipe, so this is very hard to get. So you can't do this wrong or right. But I've been doing a bit of research on his original recipe back in 1934. I am going to try to recreate Don Beach's original from 1934. So I will show you how to make this version of the zombie cocktail. First we pour in 20 ml of lime juice. So 20 ml lime juice. Or 3 1/4 ounce of lime juice. You can use a fresh lime juice if you wish to squeeze. Next, we'll be pouring 1/2 ounce of Falernum, which is about 14 ml, 1/2 ounce. Because I decided to make my own, it's quite a sweet syrup this. Unfortunately in the UK we do not have it, so I've had to improvise myself. Next is 1.5 ounce of gold rum. I'm using Captain Morgan. One ounce of Captain Morgan's dark rum. So this will be 25 ml of dark rum. Is 1 ounce of overproof rum, 151 if you have it, but I don't. I've got the Rain Nephew 63, but if you have 151 you can use that. But I'm using this, it's 63%, not the 75. But it's still not overproof, so it still does the job. 25ml of overproof rum. I'm using the Rain Nephews brand. Sweet syrup from the Caribbean Grenadines. 6 drops of Pernod. That'll do. It's about 10ml. And so this is 2 parts of grapefruit juice and 1 part of cinnamon syrup, which I made my own. So it's these two mixed together with a 2-to-1 ratio of grapefruit juice. That's all it is, mixing together. You get Don Beach's own recipes, own secret little mix, which he used to fool other bartenders at the time at the tiki scene, so they could never guess his recipe at the time. Clever. But also, because he's so secretive, we don't actually know the original recipe back then, 84 years old. So half an ounce, so 14ml of the Don Beach's own secret recipe, grapefruit juice and cinnamon syrup mixed. You can tell we broke it all up at crushed ice, half a cup. A cup of ice actually, a cup of crushed ice. Now it's time to blend this baby. But then he blended for about 5 seconds, so 5 seconds of blending, go. There we go. And now we just add our ice to it. So I don't lose any flavour. There's a beautiful cocktail. There we go. Cocktail is to add a mint sprig for decoration. Right, that is a zombie cocktail, the last of our summer drinks and cocktails, number 14 for the year. Is it well worth it? This from 1934, the closest we'll get to Don Beach's original recipe. Cheers, Don. How does it taste? Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. Like, it's a very strong cocktail. Oh, but certainly can taste all the rums in it. It's still got plenty of kick to it. I suppose the overproof rum is not overpowering. You can taste all of it. You can taste the Pernod on it. You can taste the dark rum. You can taste the gold rum as well with the lime juice. Here's a fun fact for you for the zombie cocktail back in 1934. Don would only serve you 2 of these because it's so powerful. And that's where it gets its name from. The zombie cocktail will turn you into a zombie. Oh look, second zombie. That's all you'd be getting, otherwise you'd be stuck around that bar like a zombie. That is it, that's a zombie cocktail, number 14 in our summer drinks and cocktails. Thank you for watching the series of summer drinks. Hope you enjoyed, guys. I'm Mixed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixed if you wish to see more. And keep an eye out for our Prohibition era cocktails, which will be up next in the series for the September. And you can check out my social media in the description below if you wish. Check it all out. More pictures or recipes. And most important, don't forget to share. It really helps me to grow. I'm trying to get 100 subscribers. On 71, kind of do it before the year's out 100. Cheers, guys, for the support, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.
Good stuff that from Mixed. So we have got kickoff here for the second half. Now, what has happened in this second half? We've seen a substitution made by Manchester City, and it's to be expected. Nathan Ake pulled up quite heavily right at the end of the half, and he's not seen the start of the second half. Ruben Dias has come on instead. Nathan Ake has been carrying a knock, so he's obviously had a reoccurrence of an injury that he's been carrying, and I imagine that's probably with Nathan Ake out for a few weeks, further adding to Man City's defensive crisis. John Stone's out until April. Akanji out until April. And now Nathan Ake going to be out. Literally down to the bare bones at the back. You've got Khusanov fit. Vitor Reis fit. Ruben Dias fit. Josko Gvardiol fit. Yeah. Not good. Yeah. There we go. Icy, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Simon, thanks for tuning in as well. Typical from City. Reckons we'll still win. I hope so. Thank you for tuning in. And Benny, clock's good. I like that. Thumbs up. And Zombie's one of my favourite drinks, to be fair. Yeah, Rico Lewis is fit. He can't play centre-back, though. So, I can't imagine we'll see Rico Lewis there. So, I shouldn't have said defenders. My mistake. I meant centre-backs. Players that can cover there. At the moment, we've got 4 players fit for pretty much 3 positions. So, the chance to rotate, not really there. Thankfully, we're only playing once a week, so if we can keep Ruben Dias fit, 'cause he's been the other one that's been injury prone, then that'd be great, and it will mean Vitor Reis will get more minutes, which I've not got a problem with, because he's looked pretty good today, in my opinion. Vitor Reis. Some might say he was to blame for giving away a needless corner, but I think the keeper should shout. I think Vitor Reis does the right thing. He puts the ball out for a corner because he doesn't know what's around him, because the keeper's not shouted at him. So, we do have Jahmai. He seems to have... I don't seem to really be seeing much of Simpson-Pusey. Which I think is a shame, because I actually think he has a lot of potential. Might see more of him, we'll see. Plymouth managed to get the ball back off Manchester City and actually knocking the ball around, having a bit of possession. Rico Lewis just waits for the contact, gets the contact, goes down, free kick, Manchester City. At the moment, our 3 main centre-backs, Khusanov, Dias and Josko Gvardiol, are fit. And I think that's what City will be angling to try and keep fit going into the international break. So we've got to survive a couple more games with them 2 players. And if that's the case, then we'll see. Again, we can assess in April as to how fit players are and getting them back. I mean, Ake's injury might not be that serious. Might just need a week or so to get over his knock. But he's been very injury prone. Anyway, it's been a bit of a lacklustre first 5 minutes to this half. Do you know what's not lacklustre? The amount of likes that we've been getting on today's live stream. Fantastic. Up to 130 likes now. Just 20 away from my goal of 150. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Juma Bar, he's out on loan for the remainder of this season. Not too sure about what's going to happen going into next season. Remains to be seen. But we won't have him for this season. We might have him for next season, maybe, if City think he's ready. We'll see. Betis now beating Real Madrid 2-1. Leslie, thanks for tuning in. Says, don't reckon McAtee's good enough. It's difficult because you don't get that many minutes. It's difficult to get into your rhythm when you're not playing that much. As Gundogan makes a lovely bursting run through. And McAtee, big opportunity there for Manchester City. A good save from the keeper. Erling Haaland wanting to get the ball back to Jack Grealish to get the ball back in play for the throw-in. City to keep the pressure up on Plymouth. 2 touches, 1 wing to the other. Vitor Reis gives it to Bernardo. Up against Ogbita. Here's Foden. He's going to put a ball into the box. It's low. Plymouth get a foot onto it, can get it clear. And a needless free kick given away from City there. All things football, I've not heard anything. At the moment, we have Real Valladolid unhappy with Manchester City over that transfer, and we have Real Madrid unhappy about some rules and regulations in the European Union about Manchester City and want to make a complaint. From what I was reading from Tebas, the guy in charge at La Liga, pretty much just saying Man City were found guilty by UEFA. I think Man City are guilty. I think they got away with it on a technicality, and I want to take it to the EU because I'm not happy about the result. And he thinks that Man City should be found guilty in the Premier League, but he would be saying that because his best interest is of that of Real Madrid and La Liga. It's pretty much in Real Madrid's back pocket, and all he cares about is La Liga. So if he could take a threat away from La Liga with Manchester City in the Premier League, he'd do so. And if he managed to get his way and got Manchester City expelled out of Europe, he'd just turn his attention to another Premier League team or another team that he sees as a threat to Real Madrid and La Liga, because at the moment, he's got nothing else to complain about. It's the in-fashion thing to complain about Manchester City. And for Manchester City, they seem like a bit on a rampage when it comes to lawsuits. Dealt with UEFA at CAS. Very confident of dealing with the Premier League at the independent panel. I think there'll be more than a match for Tebas and La Liga as well. It's all to do with they think City are inflating the sponsorships, but I was reading a Sky Sports News article who gave a very good point that it's very difficult to be able to prove anything about how much you think something's valued because it's all subjective. So if something's subjective, then it is just that, subjective. It's an opinion, not a fact. And in the eyes of the law, you need facts. Adrian, I feel like it's going nowhere. I feel like it's just some toys out of the pram from La Liga. They're just trying to put up the pressure onto Manchester City. Lord Panic likes this, though. It keeps him in a job, keeps him well paid. I imagine the Premier League decision, one way or the other, will be going to the appeal decision, so there'll be more work to do from here on out. It is what it is. I did enjoy, there was a Talk Sport, I don't know if you guys saw it, discussion. And to give Sam Matterface some credit, gave a pretty good defence about Manchester City, if they're found guilty, should have the trophies stripped of them. And a good point was made that you're removing history away. And it doesn't sit right with him. It doesn't sit right with others to remove history away. The history's already been put out in front of you. We've seen the history. You can't just take the history away of something that's happened. And he says, do you think the City fans will care if they're classed as cheats? And he said he don't think the City fans will care at all. They care about winning, not what people think of them. Which I think echoes a lot of City fans' thoughts. And it was nice to have it put out in mainstream media from Sam Matterface. It was a good interview. If you go and check it out, you've got a bit of spare time, do go and check it out. It was very interesting. Again, though, it's very much like a lot in football. It's all subjective. It's all opinionative. And it's just that, opinions. Opinions doesn't mean lawsuits or winning lawsuits. Facts win lawsuits. You think somebody's guilty of something, you've got to have evidence and proof. Not, I suspect somebody's done something. And it gets a bit tiresome in the end. I get that point of view from people. Just get fed up about it. You know, it's football, it's a sport, it's a game that's got many politics and many political and legal factors to it, and it's just the direction that football's going in, and City are just a target at the moment because they're an easy target. Eventually there'll be other clubs that become the target instead. I mean, that's just the direction football's going in, and it's a shame because football's a wonderful sport, and I'd like all the talk about football to be about what happens in 90 minutes on a pitch. And then that's the end of it till the next game. Yeah. I don't think City will get any points deductions either. I think the only thing the Premier League will get on Manchester City is the same thing UEFA got on Manchester City, which, one second, an opportunity here. Rico Lewis goes close. It would have been a fine goal, that, if he'd managed to put that in the back of the net. He didn't. Goes over the top of the crossbar. I think the only thing the Premier League will be able to get on Manchester City is the same thing UEFA managed to get on Man City, which is cooperation. They'll feel like Man City haven't provided enough. Everyone will sit there going, we've not provided enough because we think that they're guilty, and, you know, we'll be found guilty by the public but won't be found guilty by the panel because of lack of evidence, and they'll accuse City of not providing enough, and they'll want Man City to provide more, and Man City will fight their argument by saying we've given you everything that we've got. Some will suggest it's cheating. Some will suggest it's withholding information and withholding evidence. Man City will say that's all we've got because at the end of the day it's their word against ours. And when it gets to a court of law and you're ending up with one word against another, it becomes very difficult to prove against things. So I think they'll get us on cooperation. I'm near certain of that. Probably mean a fine. I can't see it going any further than that. I can see it being appealed. I might be wrong. The actions of Man City over the last couple of months suggest that they don't think that they're going to get points deductions and, trophies stripped and relegated and things. Certainly don't think a club getting relegated is going to be spending hundreds of millions of pounds doing the stadium up and investing, 150, 200 million pounds in a January transfer window. So all the antics of Man City, their actions, speaking louder than words for me, telling me one thing. And that's, I think Lord Panic's done his job and earned his wage at Manchester City. The unfortunate part is I'd like to say in the next few weeks, maybe next month or two, you'd like for it to be the end of the matter. But there'll be an appeal, there'll be more. It won't be the end of the matter, and it'll just carry on going and going and going and going. Rico Lewis just went close, went over the top of the crossbar. I didn't want to interfere. I was in mid-flow. I didn't want to stop. Erling Haaland's on for McAtee. McAtee struggled a bit today. This physical game's not suited him. He's not had the space to work with. Learning curve for him. I'd like to see him get more minutes to allow him to gel a bit quicker. It's difficult when you don't play for so long. You just get given the odd minutes here and there. The quality's there. It just needs consistency. He needs the minutes. And if I'm being brutally honest with you guys, I'm just not sure he's going to get that at City, which I think is a shame. I think give him a season or two at another club that's willing to give him the minutes, he'll end up being a tidy prospect like Liam Delap has at Ipswich, like Morgan Rogers has at Aston Villa. Yeah, it can be very frustrating. Anyway, we're nearly on the hour mark. City have decided to chuck on Erling Haaland. I said this game's lacking a bit of physical presence in the penalty area. It also gives City an opportunity to put a ball into the box and look for a 6'4" striker rather than having a 5'8", 5'9" Phil Foden there, or what's McAtee, like 5'10". Yeah. Steve reckons if they had anything on us, they'd be getting very excited. Actions speak louder than words. The Premier League would be rubbing their hands, they'd be rushing to get a result out. I think Man City are just waiting to see how the season's going, and they'll wait for an agreement on the date for things to be released and come out, where Manchester City know that they're in a good, comfortable position. Because there will be a lot of people upset about it when it comes out. One way or the other, it will either be a very unhappy Manchester City or it will be a very unhappy rest of the Premier League. I'm hoping it's going to be the latter, because it's going to be a beautiful day. Foden goes close. Shot from outside the area on his stronger left foot. Can't get enough zip on it to get it onto the inside of the post and into the net, and goes wide. I think this might have been a couple of yards wide in the end. Let's have a look at it. Doesn't look like he got much bend on it. Yeah, it goes a good yard or two wide, that. Not quite got the zip onto it, and flashes past the post. Mix in. Good evening. Thank you for tuning in. Not been a very clinical Manchester City so far. We've got 30 minutes to try and sort it out. And the worrying part is we're not exactly peppering the Plymouth goal. It doesn't, look like, there's a goal coming here for Manchester City. It's just very much patience. And we're actually struggling to... Plymouth could be in here. They're struggling. I think the offside flag's going to go up now and does. They're just struggling to create again. In fact, Plymouth have found a way to push their way up the field. Was offside. Plymouth preparing their own couple of changes. Not a surprise. There'll be a lot of tired legs out there. They've waited to the hour mark, get through the next 15 minutes or so into the second half and take off some of them tired legs. It's a heavy, heavy hit from Nico O'Reilly, the goal scorer for Manchester City, for the equaliser just before half-time. And out for a throw into Plymouth. So it's not really clicking or gelling for Manchester City. And I do wonder how long it's going to be before Man City choose to go to the bench once more. Because it's all fine and well putting Erling Haaland on the field. But if you're struggling to create opportunities, then Erling Haaland's not going to have the service. He needs the service. Long ball forward. Simple header. Won by Plymouth. There's a physical battle. De Bruyne has been clattered into. He's gone down. Head injury. Real Betis. Oh, you do surprise me, Adrian. Real Betis doing better than what we did against Madrid. We did a good 80 minutes at the Etihad and then stopped. It's an elbow to the head there. I don't really get why a free kick weren't given. I think it was Callum Wright there with the leaning elbow into De Bruyne's head. It's not purposefully done. Should have been a free kick and nothing more. No free kick given. The draw's tomorrow, I've heard, after the Man United Fulham game. We've got to get through yet. Still 28 minutes to get through. Couple of changes made by Plymouth then. I mean, that's not very nice. 12:45 p.m. start. I think it's a 1:30 kickoff for the... Is it 1 p.m. game kickoff between Newcastle and Brighton? That's not very nice on the Brighton fans, that is it? That must be a really early start for them tomorrow. Bundu, Gayabi and Mumba. 3 changes then for Plymouth. Going off and getting fresh legs on. And Baidu, Horton and Al-Hajj all come on. So Plymouth will get the ball back here. Peter, I'm hoping, a Fulham win as well. Takes a big threat away. Still some very good teams left, though. Bournemouth are having a very good season, decent team. Newcastle or Forest, both good teams. One of them's going through. Palace can be tricky. Villa are a very good team. Lots of difficult games. Would I take Fulham away? I prefer them at home, but we'll see. Obviously, the team everyone will be looking at will be Preston from the Championship. Preston at home would be the ideal draw, but we all know that'll go to Man United if they go through. Despite me wanting the JSGC derby. We'll see if Ipswich do go through. Against Forest. I mean, Brighton could do something against Newcastle, to be fair. Again, they're a good team. There's plenty of teams left in this competition who have already beaten Manchester City this season. In particular on their own patch. Bournemouth, Brighton, Villa. There's Grealish. It's a nudge in the back and that'll be a free kick for Manchester City. He's looked alright, Jackie G, today. He's got into some good positions. Villa do look good. If we're to get Villa, I definitely don't want that at Villa Park, because I think we'll go out. It's not really been a nice ground for us to visit last couple of years. And they'll be well up for that. I won't rule out Fulham beating United tomorrow. Man United have looked bloody awful at times this season. I won't rule it out at all. Here's Jackie G. Cuts inside. Where's his support? Goes on a dribble. It's got Rico Lewis on the right. Go first time. He takes a touch. Ball comes in. Takes a deflection. Nico O'Reilly hooks one back in. Headed clear by Plymouth's Haaland. City were looking for the City Haaland. Here's Rico Lewis. He does ever so well, and Gundogan couldn't get it under control. It was not a good ball from Rico Lewis across. He did a beautiful little turn, but it didn't work. He's got in some good positions, Jack. particularly in the first half. I don't think he's done too much here in this second half. I would say this is normally where I'd be looking at sending someone like Jeremy Doku on, but Plymouth aren't going to give us space. This is a game that suits technically very gifted players, rather than players who are going to run, because they're not going to give you any space to run in for Doku, unless it's going to be a little burst of acceleration to get half a yard on one of the Plymouth defenders who are looking to try and park the bus. Marmoush should be more the angle I'd be going down. Long range shooting, playing behind the striker, look for a bit of space. Try and draw out a Plymouth defender to give a bit of space for Haaland or something. You've got to have creativity behind Marmoush and Haaland, though. De Bruyne! Ooh, goes close, just zips a ball in and nearly catches Hazard out. In the end, gets a good, comfortable 2 hands onto it and out for another corner for Manchester City. Good effort that from KDB. I think he's going for the shot there, De Bruyne, as well. Yeah, good save from Hazard in the end. Yeah, just about recovers in time. De Bruyne then to take again. Doesn't beat the first man, and it's ping-ponging around in that penalty area. And Haaland! Oh, he's skied it. That's a chance. That was a chance. He should score for me there, Erling Haaland. I think he's onside as well. He's miles onside. He gets excited and puts his foot over it. Oh, he should score there, Erling Haaland. That's an opportunity. That's disappointing. Anyway, guys, 13 likes to go to 150. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Plymouth trying to play some football. It's going to be sent long. Vitor Reis towers that header. Now, Haaland doesn't look best pleased with himself. He'll know it's a big opportunity. It's a game again of few opportunities. You've got to be clinical when your opportunities come about, and City just haven't done that this evening. Plymouth have already punished us once. Plymouth know, one more set piece, one more goal, and Man City are in real big bother. So the sooner City can get ahead, the better, because we're 70 minutes in now, we've not led once. That's a good ball, though. Haaland lurking. And a good bit of defending that from Plymouth, and that'll be another corner. Here is Jack Grealish. He's got De Bruyne in a little bit of space. He's got time to take a touch, goes for a shot, blocked by Plymouth. Cleared. Rico Lewis takes the touch, works it to the left looking for Grealish. Headed clear by Plymouth. We do got to have positive energy, got to have positivity here. I'm just a bit worried about the clock, 20 minutes to go. Plymouth are making another substitution, 4th sub. More fresh legs. That's where the danger is, Andrew. Longer Plymouth stay in the game, the better. City are leading 2-1, then you've got that assurance that if they grab an equaliser, it goes to extra time, but you don't grab that second goal, we go out. As Puchkaz comes on for Ugbonna. Here is Ruben Dias then to Vitor Reis. Not the best of passes, and Grealish does really well to take a good touch and keep that under control. And he does well to find his pass to Foden. Advantage played to City. Here's Bernardo. I forgot Bernardo were playing. Not really seen him here second half. Here's De Bruyne. A lot of things running through KDB right now. Here's Ruben Dias. To Vitor Reis. Here's Foden dropping a bit deeper for City. Here's Ruben Dias. De Bruyne. He goes with his left foot. It's deep. Headed clear by Plymouth out for a throw into Manchester City. Again, just backs against the wall for Plymouth, parking everybody behind the ball. The danger is Plymouth aren't finding any ways to create any opportunities because they're not managing to push out. They're just sitting deep. They're happy for 11 men to be behind the ball and see if they can get it to extra time or have that opportunity from a set piece, which we saw in the first half. They only need that one chance. Here's Grealish. Now KDB, edge of the penalty area. Wants to play a ball across, but ricochets out. Corner, Manchester City. Very much backs against the wall again for Plymouth. Corner comes in. De Bruyne floats one in. Headed clear. Rico Lewis goes for a shot. There's a lot of bodies in front of him, so it's blocked. Not a surprise. Ball gets cleared. Pep plays a pass to Grealish. He'll take the throw in now. City happy to try and put the pressure onto Plymouth. The instruction quite clear from the Plymouth manager. He wants them to try and push out a little bit because they're just inviting pressure on themselves. Here is Vitor Reis now to Rico Lewis. Work to the left. Here's Grealish. Slightly too much on this, but good covering defending from McAtee, and that'll be a corner for Manchester City, which De Bruyne wants to take. I don't think City have played a bad game. They've just not been clinical. If City had been clinical, we'd have scored 3 or 4 goals today and have been pretty comfortable against a team who's made life difficult for City, in particular in terms of our ability to try and create opportunities. Here's De Bruyne then to Grealish. Back to De Bruyne. Floats one in. Surely now. No. Good defending. City crying for a handball. Ruben Dias asking the question. Let's have a look at it again. I thought that was going to be the moment. I mean, ball comes in. Let's have a look. This is the better angle. Header comes in. I mean, it hits the arm. Again, there's not much you can do about it. He's pulling Haaland, so his arms are here pulling Haaland, and it hits his arm as he's pulling Haaland. It's away from his body. He doesn't move his arm towards the ball to move. It hits his arm. Again, I just think if it's at the other end, I don't think I'd like a penalty to be given against City for such a thing. But you have your arms up, you do run a risk of something being given. It's one of them, you can see them given, but not for me. Foden puts a ball in, headed clear. Grealish, he floats one in, looking for Haaland, and it's a save, and surely now, no! How? Have we not scored? It's a brilliant save from Hazard. I don't know how we've not scored. Haaland stretches. He does so well. Keeper doesn't know anything about it. I don't know how Bernardo's not scored. Corner comes in. Headed clear. I think another corner's been given to City. This is very much backs against the wall for Plymouth. Foden puts one in. Header! It's Nico O'Reilly with 2! Wow! Keep the set piece, coach. Set piece Manchester City. We lead, finally. You always felt that goal was going to be coming for Manchester City. I think they're unhappy that the corner was given in the first place. And Nico O'Reilly just peels off the defender. Corner comes in. Let's have a look. They're asking for a foul from Nico O'Reilly, but there's... Let's have a look. He's got hands on him. He's got 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. I think the Plymouth defender's got to be stronger there, to be honest. Lovely physical work, that from Nico O'Reilly. He's been a real danger here on set pieces. It might just be a coming of age moment for Nico O'Reilly. Mixed wants the JSGC derby. We want it. They're adamant, Plymouth. They feel like a foul, but No, yeah, points to the spot. Goals given. No, not for me. And the referee says, get on with it. Goal stands. 2-1 Manchester City lead. Now Plymouth have got to go for it. And now a big test for the City defence because they've got 13 minutes to see out here. And there's a lot of tired Plymouth legs who are now chasing the game. And there should be a bit more space for Manchester City now. Plymouth are going to go long throw, route 1. Long throw comes in. Flicked on by Plymouth. Cleared by Manchester City and nearly Bernardo Silva picks the pocket. Anyway, guys, 9 likes to go to 150. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Nico O'Reilly sends it long. Long ball sent forward by Plymouth. Looked offside. Referee linesman's kept his flag down. It's got to be Nico O'Reilly, man of the match. It's got to be. He scored 2 goals. It's got to be. De Bruyne does well. Can't find his pass, though. Plymouth, final roll of the dice, preparing their 5th and final change. Got to go for it. Knockout games. The joys of a knockout game. Here's Ruben Dias. Manchester City know they're probably a goal away from the quarter-finals here, and Plymouth have given us a heck of a game. It's not been fluent, it's not been pretty, it's not been amazing, but at the moment it's getting the job done, and we're at that part of the season now, guys, where it's all about getting the job done. You do what you need to do to win the game. You win the game, you move on to the next. The Tiger, thanks for tuning in. Andy Man, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. And welcome everybody else as well. Final sub then made by Plymouth. Final roll of the dice. 10 minutes to go. It's going to be Sorinola coming off. And it's going to be Zux coming on. And Nico O'Reilly's on a hat-trick. I don't think anyone would have predicted Nico O'Reilly to score a brace. Never mind maybe grabbing a hat-trick. But he's physically very tall. He looks stronger. It looks like he's bulked up a lot through this season. Compared with when we saw him in pre-season. He looked pretty tidy in pre-season. Technically a very gifted player. Since Man City have adapted him in the second half of the season to become more of a fullback, a left-back, a player who works on his defensive capabilities, he seems to have improved on his strength. Out-muscling players, barging players off the ball. He was like a battering ram, scoring off that corner. I'm winning that header. It was like watching an Arsenal set piece and Gabriel bullying defenders. That's what it was like. It was good to see. City preparing their change. Going to be Nico Gonzalez. Going to be coming on very soon. City clearly looking for a bit more control in midfield. I reckon this might be Ilkay Gundogan maybe coming off. Tired legs, old legs. Tiger Bear. Could Rodri play a game? They might be looking to try and get him a game by the end of the season. I said before at the start of the stream, with how we've been with injuries this season, Oscar Bobb getting setbacks, players not being fully fit, players playing through knocks, Ake, Stones, Akanji, even Ruben Dias, lots of injury-prone players who have suffered with injuries. do you run the risk with Rodri when, let's face it, he's not going to be fit until May, and I'm hoping that by the time we get to the final 2 or 3 games, we've got very little to play for, and we've secured Champions League football for next season. If that's the case, absolutely not would I be asking to see Rodri. Might see him in the Club World Cup. He's back training though, he's kicking the ball. Here's Nico O'Reilly. Back to Ruben Dias. Vitor Reis has looked good, calm and composed. He's a good option for Man City at centre-back with our little centre-back crisis that we're having. I mean, we spent 30 million quid on him nearly. He's got to have something about him. I just don't think he's quite ready yet. I think that's his problem. I think he's a season or 2 away from being fully ready, but yeah. The Club World Cup draw has happened, the group stage anyway. So we've already got our fixtures. It's on the City website. I can't remember the order, but a lot of the games are middle of the night, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do a live watch-along, unfortunately. It's not Gundogan coming off. Wow. So Phil Foden comes off for Nico Gonzalez. Real Madrid have lost, apparently, to Real Betis. It's a blow for them at the top of La Liga. No, I think you're right, Gaza. I think you're right. He's a very big, imposing player. They'll want him to be ready for the physicality of the Premier League. As I was saying before with Nico O'Reilly, they've clearly been working this season on his strength and fitness ahead of a busy Premier League season. And they'll be doing the same with Vitor Reis, so it might take a good 6 to 12 months. Ortega. It's poor from Ortega, under pressure there. Again, it's needless again. I don't think this has been Ortega's best game for City. I really don't. Not given the shout. So Vitor Reis has to put the ball out for a corner. We concede. Under pressure, puts the ball out into the stands from a poor pass and gives a needless long throw to Plymouth. When they get a flick on, they might get a touch on the ball. They do inside the penalty area. Long ball comes back in from Plymouth. Header won. Headed clear though by Ruben Dias. Grealish then to Nico O'Reilly, and he'll get a throw in for Manchester City. Khusanov's adapted really well, hasn't he, to life in the Premier League. He's a little more experienced than Vitor Reis, and he's also got European football experience. It's not the most physical league Liga 1, but it's physical enough that he's ready and prepared, in particular with his pace. So he doesn't look like pace or physicality is going to be a problem for him. A lovely goal that from Nico O'Reilly. And here City might have the chance to kill this off. Here's Grealish. Got it on the left to Rico Lewis. A heavy touch there and just kind of takes the momentum away for City. Anyway, guys, just 5 likes to go to 150. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe and do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Here is Ruben Dias then to Kevin De Bruyne. Puts a ball into the path looking for, I think he was looking for Grealish there, a bit too much on it. Echeverri's not made the bench, I'm afraid. I'd like to have seen Echeverri even come on like for a few minutes here. But, you know, some for De Bruyne or something, just to see what he can do. But here we are. And we're just 1 like now. Can we? Who wants to be the 150th like? Hazard then sends it long for Plymouth. What can Plymouth muster up? Can they get the opportunities? Should be a free kick for Plymouth, this. No? Referee says no. Looked like he just grappled him to the ground. I think my JSGC man of the match today is going to go to... It's got to go to Nico O'Reilly, hasn't it? Vitor Reis has done a wonderful job, though. He's looked solid. I don't think Grealish has looked too bad. De Bruyne some passes have been a bit wayward, but some of the deliveries he's put in have been very good. It's not been terrible from City. It's not been perfect, but it's not been terrible either. As we do surpass 150 likes, so thank you everybody for that. Let's go for 160. Andy, Plymouth is as far south as south will go in the English Football League. So off the boot of England, right near the bottom, you'll find Plymouth. If you keep travelling west from Plymouth, you'll enter into the furthest west county of England of Cornwall. It's a trek. It'll take the Plymouth fans probably about 5 or 6 hours to get back home. So I respect each and every one of them that's made that journey. 7,500 of them. De Bruyne, Hazard gets a hand onto it and Plymouth will get it clear. A foot race here, which Vitor Reis will win and Ortega will get the ball. No problem. Won't expect you to know all about the geography of English towns and cities, especially ones that you might not be familiar with. In particular, City aren't playing them season upon season. So, the only championship team that's left in the tournament at the moment, Preston. That's in the northwest of England and around a 40-minute drive or so from Manchester, so nowhere near as far. Everybody else are regulars. Villa's in the Midlands, in the middle of the country. Forest in the East Midlands, east of the middle of the country. In Nottingham, obviously. Brighton's on the south coast. That's a trek as well to come up to Manchester from Brighton and vice versa. Crystal Palace in South London. London's down south. Trying to think who else is left in the comp. Fulham, West London if they go through. Man United's obviously in Manchester in the northwest of England. Newcastle's in the northeast. Not too far off Scotland. Plymouth could be in here. In the penalty area. They're in the penalty area and De Bruyne does ever so well and Ortega takes no chances. He doesn't pick the ball up. He'll just play a pass to Rico Lewis instead as we've got 1 minute to go here. The geezer, Dan, thanks for tuning in. I think we're all watching. If you want things to be straightforward, you want Preston. And also, that's a good ball played forward. Haaland's going to be one-on-one with the keeper here. Haaland, save. Haaland again. De Bruyne, an assist for Haaland. And De Bruyne makes it 3. And the Plymouth threat killed off by Manchester City at the end. And Manchester City eventually will make it through to the quarter-final after Plymouth have given us one heck of a game. But in the end, City just a little too strong, and that will be that for Manchester City. Haaland is onside. He should bag the first one. De Bruyne's onside as well. Perfectly fine goal. 3-1. Quarterfinals, here we come. Woo! They really have given us a game, Plymouth. Full respect to them. I hope they can get a good win midweek against Hull away. I hope they can stay in the division, in the championship. I've had a heck of a journey. Brilliant away win against Brentford. A cracking home win against Liverpool. Gone ahead here at the Etihad Stadium in front of 7,500 fans. Given us a heck of a ride. Just a little too much City, just too strong. And the rotation of 11 players works in the end for City and job done. Through we go. Draw tomorrow after the United Fulham game. Professional performance, yeah. Adrian spot on there. Only downside's that injury to Ake. Oh, that's beautiful from Bernardo. This could be 4. Bernardo just can't play his pass right to Jack Grealish. I don't think City deserve to win this game by 3. I don't think it deserves to be a a bigger scoreline. I think 3-1's a respectable scoreline. Plymouth can leave the Etihad Stadium with their heads held very, very high. They've given us a brilliant game. And they can take a lot of confidence going into the remainder of the season and see how they get on Tuesday night against Hull. It's a massive game. They lose that game, there's 6 points in the relegation zone in the Championship, sitting, I think, bottom of the table. So, there's plenty for Plymouth to ponder. The focus now turns away from the FA Cup, a wonderful FA Cup run. It is going to come to an end here in Manchester, and City are going to go through to the quarterfinals, and I'm hoping, we want it, we want the JSGC derby, we want JSGC against Mixed Sid, Manchester City against Preston North End at the Etihad Stadium. We want it. I want it. Mixed Sid wants it. I want it. I really do. I'm ready for it. That game, if it's at Deepdale, that's going to be quite difficult for City. Preston played a very good game today against Burnley. Is Grealish then into the penalty area? And, let's not forget, not in any renditions of K Sarah Sarah, we're now 1 win away from Wembley. Super wants Preston away. I don't want any Preston away. No, we've had Preston away before. We don't need that. We want Etihad Stadium. I feel like it'll be more straightforward for us as well. Adrian, Derby bottom now. You see, Derby looked so good last season as well. Championship's a cruel league. Here's Grealish having a dribble. I think that was meant as a pass. Finds Haaland. Here's De Bruyne. Lovely ball. Bernardo. Beautiful football. And headed clear by Plymouth. And that will be a corner for Manchester City. Adam, last time we played Preston, I think it was 3-0 Manchester City. Played them in the League Cup a few years back. I think it was 2019. Yeah, to be fair, yeah. Man United. Although we make hard work of Man United, so I'd rather not. As corner comes in, headed over by City. Do you know what would be funny? Man United against Preston. Man United will be laughing. And then Preston dump them out Old Trafford. To be fair, Fulham could well do it. Fulham really could beat Man United tomorrow. It's not a gimme at all. Anyway, guys, 30 seconds remaining. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up on the video. 160 likes is the aim. 7 likes away. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to go and check out today's video sponsor as well, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Peter reckons 2-1. Steve, thanks for tuning in. Peter, thanks for tuning in. And there is the full-time whistle. Manchester City progress into the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. And Plymouth exit out of the competition, giving Manchester City one heck of a ride. And wishing them all the very best of luck for the remainder of the season. They've got a huge game against Hull, of course, on Tuesday night. A big 6-pointer at the bottom of the Championship. For Manchester City, luxury now. Because we've got a week off. We've gone from playing every 3 to 4 days. We don't play for another 7 days. And then after that, we play 7 days later. We're playing once a week. It's good stuff. Plenty of time for rest, recovery, and reflection. The 3 R's. City go through, though. Draw tomorrow. Let's see who it'll be. We're 1 game away from Wembley. 1 win away as well. Job done today. I'm away next weekend, so there will not be a live watch-along, unfortunately, of Manchester City's game away against Nottingham Forest. But I will be back the week after, so 2 weeks' time, 14 days, I'll be back for the Manchester City game against Brighton with another live watch-along for you guys to enjoy. So I will see you guys for that one. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Thank you to everybody for interacting with me. Much appreciated. Take it easy, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, and I'll be back in the next 60 minutes with my match reaction live on my channel, so do go and check that out. Peter, enjoy Lanzarote then. I will be back, obviously, after the international break, ready and waiting and raring to go. So I'll see you then. So, I've been JSGC. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope everybody is safe and well. Before I say peace, ciao for now, I'm going to roll my video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. And a big thank you to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. Thank you very much, Rose, for tuning in. Much appreciated. I've not finished this cider off, so that's the last thing I need to do on this stream. Good stuff. Thanks for watching. AK, thanks for watching. 60 minutes. I'll have my match reaction. See you then. Peace. Ciao for now.